Democrats holding climate change rallies today, like this one, where New York Mayor Bill de Blasio was heckled inside Trump Tower. Meanwhile, Bill Nye, the science guy, taking a shot at Republicans for not supporting the Green New Deal.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fire. There are a lot of things we could do to put it out. Are any of them free? No, of course not. Nothing's free, you idiots. Grow the up. You're not children anymore. I didn't mind explaining photosynthesis to you when you were 12, but you're adults now, and this is an actual crisis. Got it? Safety glasses off.
Wow. I've never seen him like that. Jesse, what do you make?
Well, I mean, if it was a real crisis, he wouldn't be joking like that. The whole global warming hysteria is the perfect encapsulation of the Democratic Party. Because
I love this picture of you with the fire extinguisher.
That's right. I'm going to use it on you, Juan.
Am I on fire?
I'll tell you what, because it hits both nerve centers in the party. Their psychological problems and their policy priorities. Because one, it makes them feel superior to other people. It makes them feel like they're saving the world, even though they're really not. And it also makes them feel like they're in touch with nature, even though they're the ones that live in the cities, and it's the conservatives doing the hunting and the fishing and the agriculture in rural America. In terms of policy, they just make people feel guilty and use fear in order to do what they need to do. Because if you think about it, all of their solutions to everything is the same. Global warming hysteria is just the Trojan horse to get in to all the things they want to do. Regulations, tax hikes, ridiculous amounts of spending, and attacking oil and gas companies, because this is all about feeling guilty for the success of capitalism. They can't control capitalism, and that drives them crazy. So the Green New Deal just gives them the opportunity to control capitalism.
Well, thank you for your
You're
defense.
welcome.
We love hearing from Richie Rich and the plutocrats on this show. Lisa.
I'm probably the lowest paid guy here.
I probably am.
Yeah, you probably are.
Let me ask, Lisa, when you see something like Bill Nye go wild like that, or you hear about all these rallies today, they had a big one in Washington, Howard University, it makes me think, oh, the Democrats see political advantage in talking about the Green New Deal, climate change, and the like. Republicans don't see an advantage, you just heard from Jesse, but they don't have any plan. What do you make of that?
Well, I would say Democrats are dumb if that's the assumption that they're making, because if you look at something like the Green New Deal, it's going to be detrimental in states like the Rust Belt states. I would say for Republicans, the irony of this is if you look at part of the reason why we've been leading the world in reducing carbon emissions is because of innovations in things like natural gas via the private sector. Yet, what Democrats want to do is move us entirely off of fossil fuels, which, mind you, it makes up, over 80% of the United States energy consumption. But pertaining to the Rust Belt states, like, have fun going out to, Michigan, Wisconsin, and talking about how you're essentially going to gut jobs there, jack up energy prices, which, mind you, disproportionately impacts lower income Americans. So much so, while you've got union groups like the AFL-CIO putting out statements condemning the Green New Deal, talking about the fact that it's a threat to jobs, a threat to families and the way they live their lives. So, you know what, if Democrats think this is a good idea, be my guest, have fun with it.
All right, so let's take a look at this. Remember when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said this?
How many years until the world ends again? We have 12 years left to cut emissions by at least 50%, if not more. And for everyone who wants to make a joke about that, you may laugh, but your grandkids will not.
The congressman now saying those comments were, quote, dry humor. She says she was being sarcastic. Dana?
Well, it's funny, actually. So they always say that about President Trump as well, right? So they always say, oh, he'll say that the president will say, oh, well, that obviously was a joke, and they make fun of him for it. So I actually think, wasn't it in the Green New Deal documents that was posted on our website that it was 12 years? So, haha, hilarious. The Green New Deal rallies, I think that's pretty interesting. I don't understand the day or the significance. Of course, we could use a little global warming. Kidding, I know you guys hate that when we all say that. But I do think this is pretty interesting. I sent an article to Greg yesterday because I couldn't believe it. On the same weekend that they're doing Green New Deal stuff, in Illinois, they're planning to introduce a bill into the state legislature to tax people that bought an electric vehicle $1,000 a piece per year. Guess why? Because they're not buying gas. So that means that they're not paying into the gas tax, but they're still on the roads. So it's really like an anti-carbon tax.
Hilarious.
That is why the circular argument gets frustrating for conservatives.
And guess what? We also have Jay Inslee, another Democratic candidate. Greg, he's out on a motor scooter and saying, you know, this could be the future. You have Joe Biden saying there are ways that you can look at this that won't alienate anybody because we rejoin the Paris deal. There's Inslee on his scooter. And, you know, that there's a middle ground for conservatives.
There is a huge middle ground, and we're in it right now. You see people from the Sierra Club, you see Bill Gates. They're right there. It's called nuclear power. It's the cleanest, safest, most environmentally friendly type of energy that we have right now. And whether you like it or not, that's going to solve climate change. I want to make 2 points. So a couple of things bug me about, you know, what nuclear energy has a bad rap because it's always been associated to the bomb, right? The nuclear bomb.
And accidents.
Yeah, renewables. Well, the accidents are few, and the solution.
But that's why
and
they gave it a bad.
Yeah, but
Like
the
3 Mile
research
Island.
shows. Anyway, renewable energy is somehow immune to serious environmental reporting. When was the last time anybody read an article about solar power waste? Okay, solar panels create a ton of waste. By 2050, there's going to be like 78 million metric tons. And this stuff is difficult to recycle and contains toxic chemicals like cadmium, which can leach out into the soil and the water.
Cadmium?
Cadmium. So what I'm saying is, no one talks about this, but this is going to blow your mind. Do you remember when there would be an oil spill and they would show the little ducks and everybody felt bad because they were cleaning the little ducks? Have you ever seen any footage from any photographers on the millions and millions of large and rare birds that have been murdered by wind farms? Wind farms are now probably one of the leading predators of birds, second to cats, I believe.
Bird murderers.
So where is PETA? Where's PETA? Where's the Audubon Society? Where are all the green groups? Where are the bird watchers? Because are they all bought for and paid for by PETA? I don't know. Or by the green groups? The point is, we used to see these oil spills. We don't see the dead birds. That tells you something about the media.
Where's the justice? Where's the justice for the birds?
No, the fact, it's actually...
No, it's a great point.
It's actually millions of large birds.
Under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, companies that, if you are you can get responsible for it, you actually are fined.
Yes.
So they blame the companies, but nobody talks about the actual
and there's so much roast chicken available at the stores.
The Migratory Bird
You're talking about eagles, you're talking about condors.
Going into the weeds
Save
about
the birds.
and the like.
You don't care about the birds, Juan? Great. Good for you, Juan. You're going to get the letters.
No ideas for dealing with climate change.
I just gave you one. Nuclear power. Listen, Juan. He's got to listen. He has to exit a segment with BS.
Yeah, that's what you gave us.